Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. In our previous lecture, we talked about certain rules, how we can convert direct speech into indirect speech. Now, inshallah Rahman, today we will discuss how we can convert interrogative sentences from direct to indirect speech. There are certain rules we have to take into consideration while changing interrogative sentences from direct to indirect speech. First important rule here, the reporting verb is changed into ask, enquire, demand, or some other verb having a similar meaning. Okay, reporting verb means the verb that contains the portion that contains the verb. Another important thing you have to take into you have to take into consideration is that when the question begins with interrogative pronoun, that is what, who, which, whom, whose, or with an interrogative adverb, that's when, where, why, who, etc. The same word you have to introduce in indirect speech. Not only this, you have to also remove the interrogation mark. Very easy. Another important point, when the question begins with these words like is, or, do, will, or can, you have to introduce if or whether in the indirect speech. Then another important point, change the question form. That is, you have to convert interrogative sentences into assertive sentences. Interrogative sentences, dear students, means those sentences which ask questions, and assertive sentences, that are also called a declarative sentences, these are those sentences that make a statement or assertion, that are called interrogative assertive sentences. Another important point you should remember is that conjunction that is never used after reporting verb. Okay, now I will tell you certain examples. Here, direct speech. What do you want? She asked me. When we will convert it into indirect speech, first of all, I will write this reported verb, because I told you earlier that we almost always put reported verb at beginning. I will write it like this. She asked me what, okay, what I wanted. I introduced the same interrogative pronoun here, and I removed this note of interrogative mark. Okay, another important example, he asked, why did Salman go yesterday? When we will change it into indirect speech, he asked where Salman had gone the day before. यहाँ पे आपको देखना है, here past simple tense, it changed it into past perfect tense, and we introduced it here what, this same this interrogative pronoun, and we remove the note of interrogation, we remove the interrogative mark. Okay, here one thing you should keep in mind, dear student, that the word ask can be used with or without an object. जैसे कि मैंने आपको बोला that जो tell, the word tell always takes an indirect object, okay, like me, him, etc. But the word say did not take an indirect object. ओके, यहाँ पे आस्क को मैंने आपको बोला दैट द वर्ड आस्क कैन बी यूज्ड विद और विदाउट एनी ऑब्जेक्ट. अनदर एग्जांपल, डू यू लाइक कॉफी? शी आस्क्ड. व्हेन वी विल कन्वर्ट इट इनटू इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच, शी आस्क्ड if, because here do is finite verb. I told you that when the question begins with finite verb such as is, or, do, will, can, etc., we have to introduce if or whether. Do you like coffee? She asked if I liked coffee. Okay. Does this hotel have a swimming pool? The guest is inquired whether the hotel had a swimming pool. यहाँ पे does है, this is a finite verb, so we introduced whether here in the indirect speech, and we removed the note of interrogation. Okay, and यहाँ पे और एक important बात, first we wrote what, this portion, this is reporting verb. Okay, we almost always keep this reported verb at beginning. Another example, very easy, who has eaten all the cookies? Asked Ram's mother. यहाँ पे first of all we will write this reporting verb. Ram's mother asked who, same, who had eaten all the cookies. Okay, now let's move towards another examples. He asked, how long should I boil an egg? When we will convert it into indirect speech, we will write, he asked how long he should boil an egg. यहाँ पे बेटा देखो, in direct speech there was should verb, and here we also wrote the should, because you should remember that should does not backshift. Backshift means conversion of tense, conversion of form of verb. So should does not backshift. Now let's move towards conversion of imperative sentences. First of all, I will tell you people that what's an imperative sentence. Dear students, imperative sentence is that sentence that express a command or entreaty. That's called an imperative sentence. My dear students, I will tell you certain rules how we can convert imperative sentences from direct speech into indirect speech. Or we can say like this: reporting requests, instructions and advices, all these come under this imperative sentences. My dear students, for request, use ask plus object plus to infinitive verb in indirect speech. What do you mean by to infinitive? My dear students, the infinitive form of verb is actually the basic form of verb. Basic means first form of verb, but it is usually followed by to. Infinitive form means basic form of first form of verb, but it is usually followed by to. Okay. Now for instructions, commands and orders, use tell plus object plus to infinitive. Very good. For advices, use advice plus object plus to infinitive verb. Okay, I will make you this all this clear with these examples. Look here, my dear students. Arjun asked me, can you lend me rupees 500? When we will convert it into indirect speech, we will write it like this: Arjun asked me to lend him rupees 500. अब इसका sequence, look at the sequence of the sentence. Arjun plus asked plus object plus to infinitive. Okay. Now another example: turn off the TV, his mother told him. First we will write this reporting verb. His mother told him to turn off the TV. Look here, my dear students. Told plus object plus to infinitive. Okay, very easy. This is very easy. He said to me, please bring me a glass of water. He requested me to bring him a glass of water. He requested me to bring me a glass of water. If a request or command is negative, you just add not before it. यहाँ पे मैं एक पॉइंट आपको बोलूँगी. He said to me, please bring me a glass of water. When we will convert it into indirect speech, it will be like this: he requested me to bring him a glass of water. यहाँ पे आप ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. Said need not to be changed into told when it is not followed by an object. Agar said, if said is not followed by an object, then we have no need to change it in the indirect speech. But said is usually changed into told when it is followed by an object. Two important points. Third important point: the word ask can be used with or without any object, without an object. इसलिए यहाँ पे मैंने आपको बताया ये. He said to me, please bring me a glass of water. Here when we will convert it into indirect speech, he requested me. Said to change it into requested. Okay, he requested me to bring him a glass of water. As it was followed by this me object, it was followed by an object. That's why we changed it. Requested. He requested me to bring him a glass of water. Okay. Now, one thing you should keep in mind: if a request or command is negative, you just add not before it. सिर्फ not का इस्तेमाल हमें करना है, तो बाकी बहुत easy है. Direct speech. यहाँ पे don't feed the animals, the zookeeper told us. Don't feed the animals, the zookeeper told us. First we will write reporting verb. The zookeeper told us not to feed the animals. Not, because it is a negative sentence, so we just added not before it. Not to feed to infinitive form. He asked Jasmine, would you be able to take care of my pets while I am away? Very easy. He asked Jasmine to take care of his pets while he was away. Another example: please don't bring food into the park, said a sign at the entrance. We will write first reporting verb. A sign at the entrance said not to, because I told you that only you have to use not. Okay, not to bring food into the park. Not, negative sentence, to infinitive, to plus first form of verb or base. Okay, my dear students, this was all about this direct and indirect speech. I hope कि सभी बच्चों को अच्छी तरह से समझ आया होगा. Thank you so much.